Doctor, a strange and fantastic being who travels the galaxy righting wrongs and helping those in need with the aid of the TARDIS, an impossible machine that can not only travel anywhere in the universe, but go to the past or future at the Doctor's whim. Joining the Doctor are Katarina, a lovely young handmaiden from the ancient past, and Stephen, a rough and ready space pilot from the future. Together they face adventure, danger, and mind-bending realities that would shatter most normal minds. This is Doctor Who. Today's episode, The Dalek Master Plan, written by Terry Nation, adapted by Earl Lucas, directed by Ben Ellis. When we last left our time-traveling trio, they had barely escaped the fall of Troy in the TARDIS. But Stephen was stabbed by a poisonous knife and is slowly dying.
He has a strange sickness. Can you not help him?
I'm doing the very best I can, my child. Oh, dear, dear, dear. It is such a worry. This poison seems to be spreading throughout the whole of his system. Yes, we need a special drug. I shall have to land somewhere.
A light on the TARDIS console starts to flash.
What is that?
Oh, we're slowing down, my dear. We're going to land in a moment.
Can we have reached the place of perfection so soon?
Well, I rather doubt it. At least, that is, we shall be stopping at a lot of places before that. Now, I want you to look after Stephen, if you will, and see that you keep that wound clean, please. That's a good girl.
Little does the Doctor know that they've landed on the dense jungle planet of Kemble, and that before the Doctor's arrival, Mark Corey, a space security agent, had uncovered part of the Daleks' mysterious master plan and had made an effort to warn the universe with a recorded message. Corey was killed, and even though his recorded message failed to get through, it is still on Kemble, waiting to be found. Investigating Corey's disappearance are two space security agents, Kirk Gantry and Brett Vion. Both are in rough shape, especially Gantry, who has a shattered leg. Vion is speaking into a radio transmitter.
50 Alpha to Charlo Egan. 50 Alpha to Charlo Egan, come in. Charlo Egan, this is 50 Alpha. Can you read me? Come in.
Anything, Vion?
Nothing yet, Gantry. When we get back to Earth, I'll have every fool on CCE court-martialed.
If we get back to Earth. If Central Communications has gone dead on us, we haven't a hope.
We're not dead yet.
Don't fool yourself. They're out there, looking for us right now. They'll find us and then...
All right. They may well find us. But we've got to get through to Earth first, or the whole solar system is finished.
I know. Try them again.
50 Alpha to Charlo Egan, come in. 50 Alpha to Charlo Egan, come in.
Who are Vion and Gantry trying to reach? That answer is far away on the planet Earth, where Central Communications agents Rold and Lysen are monitoring the switchboards.
So it's checkmate, Lysen. I want to see the Venus-Mars games. You want to see your hero, Mavic Chen.
I just happen to admire him, that's all, Rold. I'm going to do some work now, even if you aren't.
I'll tell you what. If we tune in to Channel 403, we'll get the news. That should cover both of our requirements. Agreed?
But we may only get a report of what Mavic Chen said, not actually see him.
That's hardly likely. The guardian of the solar system is going away on holiday. He will, no doubt, say a few well-chosen words. Every well-chosen word will no doubt be transmitted.
And what about the routine calls?
Oh, you worry too much. The next one's 50 Alpha.
50 Alpha?
It's not for another 20 minutes. Well, what about Channel 403?
Bring up 403, please. 50 Alpha, is that the patrol out looking for Mark Corey?
Yes, the agent who disappeared near the planet Kemble. Probably crashed, so they think. Hey, bring up the sound. It's Mavic Chen on holiday.
Their attention turns to the interview on television to hear the heroic words of Mavic Chen.
Yes, the mineral agreement with the Fourth Galaxy proved a little more complicated than was at first expected.
And has that been concluded so successfully thanks to you, Mavic Chen. I'm sure that no one will begrudge your little time off. Where are you going on this trip?
That I am keeping a secret. I hope to be able to get away from all interviewers. I'm just going to climb aboard my spar and drift about the solar system.
Have you ever traveled beyond our solar system?
No, not really.
Drifting about the solar system, that's the life if you can get it.
Well, then, just become a galactic politician and who knows? Maybe one day you will. As far as I'm concerned, give me terra firma any day.
Maybe I will, my friend. Now, if I had the latest Flip T4.
It's a trifle brash, isn't it? There are other space vessels, you know.
You mean the Spar 740?
Well, yes. If I had to travel around ultra space, I'd think the 740. Elegance plus ultimate technology.
It hasn't got the speed.
Well, speed isn't everything.
Hang on, they're back.
Mavic Chen, is there anything you would like to say to the citizens before you depart?
Yes. It is my honest hope that the solar system may continue along this path of peace. This path that was laid by the signing of the Non-Aggression Pact of 3975. Now in this year of 4000, we can feel justly proud of that pact. May the past 25 years prove that they are the dawn of an everlasting peace, which will spread throughout the universe. Let us go forward together, secure in the knowledge that the life ahead is built on the cornerstone of richer understanding, not only of the past or of the present, but also of the future. And may it be this cornerstone so firmly laid deep in the power of brotherhood and bring peace, progress, and prosperity to each and every one of us.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure that all throughout our system echo your thoughts.
Even you must agree, he's an impressive man.
Yes, it's nice to hear his speech. Again.
Cynic.
Lyson is interrupted by a flash of light on the communications console.
Was that a flash?
Where? There's nothing coming through.
I thought I saw one.
You're imagining things.
Okay, so I'm imagining things.
Meanwhile, back on Kemble, Vion and Gantry are on the move.
They're out there. I know it. And they're getting closer.
You're imagining things. Now shut up.
Do you think I'm a fool? There's something out there, and it's close.
Look, I tell you.
Shh! Just listen.
There's a faint, unidentified noise.
There.
Shh.
You heard it.
Yes, come on. We've got to get out of here.
I'll stay.
What? But you know we can't fight them. Our weapons are useless against those things. Now we must move out.
How can I move? How can I keep on the move with this? Have you got any more bright ideas? All that will happen is I'll hit one of those spike plants. I nearly fell on one before.
We won't go fast. Just keep moving. I'm sure we can avoid the Vargra plants.
If I fall and hit one, you know what happens then.
Don't be a fool.
That could be what happened to Corey. He tripped, pricked himself on a thorn, and then he turned into one.
You're letting your imagination run riot again. Besides, we haven't seen any Vargra that look like him.
Joke away. But you know I'm right. There's been no trace of Mark Corey anywhere.
Perhaps they took him prisoner.
You know they don't take prisoners.
All the more reason for you to come with me. Now, come on.
This is no time for phony heroics. I'll just slow you down and then we'll both get it. Now, without me, you've got a chance. It's not a good one, but it's a chance. Just stay alive and get that message through.
I'm not going without you. Is that clear?
Get out! Get out of here or I'll kill you now.
Vion knows there's no other way. He stands and salutes Gantry.
Brett, good luck.
You won't be forgotten, Gantry.
Vion leaves and is quickly swallowed up by the jungles of Kemble. Gantry prepares for his last stand. aims his blaster up in defense, looking all around him.
All right. I'm ready for you now. Where the devil are you? Come on!
As Gantry looks around frantically, he hears a rustling sound in front of him and sees his executioner emerge from the jungle. It is a Dalek, a robot built for death and driven by a mutant hidden deep inside with one purpose: to kill anything that isn't a Dalek. Gantry aims his blaster, but the Dalek fires first.
Exterminate!
Gantry screams and falls back, dead, as a second Dalek appears.
One man remains. Seek, locate, exterminate.
I obey! Not too far from that ghastly scene, a sound alien to Kemble is heard, a rhythmic wheezing and grinding, as if someone dragged a house key across some piano wires. Materializing out of thin air is a blue rectangular box. The TARDIS has landed, and inside, Stephen still needs an antidote to the poison slowly killing him. The TARDIS doors open, and two figures look out.
Strange place. Can you find help here?
I don't know, my dear, but I must try. Now, I want you to stay here and look after Stephen. I shall be quick as I can,
I will do as you ask.
Splendid. Now you know which switch to pull to close the doors, don't you? So I want you to do that straight away. I have my key to let myself in,
The doctor shows a puzzled Katerina the TARDIS key.
Key?
Yes, this, child, key. This opens the door from the outside, Now go inside and close the doors.
Katerina obediently goes in and closes the TARDIS door. The doctor begins exploring in the jungle. Looking through the trees, she catches sight of a city in the distance.
Charming. A city, or perhaps a town. I wonder where we are. All I have to do is get through that jungle, and perhaps then I can get some help. I must say, it's a strange place to put a city.
Suddenly, the doctor feels the end of a blaster against her back.
Keep absolutely still.
What is it you want?
The key.
What key?
Give me that key or I'll kill you.
Meanwhile, back in the TARDIS.
The doctor will return very soon, Stephen. She will get help.
Where are we?
On our way through the underworld.
What? I don't understand, Vicky. Troy, you helped me when that Trojan...
Keep calm. You must rest.
Did the doctor bring you on board?
Yes, we all made the journey together.
Who are you?
Katerina, I served as handmaiden for the High Priestess Cassandra. You must rest. The doctor will be bringing help. Do not ask any more questions.
But I want...
Just then, the TARDIS doors open. Brett Vion enters without the doctor.
Did the doctor send you?
That's right. The old woman sent me.
Have you brought help?
Vion is in bewilderment, as the TARDIS is bigger on the inside compared to its small phone booth size on the outside.
This is fantastic. What's your name?
Katerina. Did the doctor send you with the cure for the sickness?
Yes, but we must shut the doors first. The old woman said you knew the switch.
Here.
Katerina pulls a lever and the doors close.
What sort of craft is this? I've seen most, but nothing like this. From outside, it looks so small. How do you work this thing?
Only the doctor works for Temple.
For what?
You must help Stephen.
Yes, of course. I'll help Stephen. We must get back to Earth first. I explained this to the old woman, the doctor.
We can't go back to Earth. We've left it.
That means we can get back. Katerina, are you sure you don't know how to work this?
How could I know? It belongs to the doctor.
The old woman said this was no ordinary ship, and she wasn't kidding.
At that moment, with Lion distracted, Stephen gathers what little strength he has to overpower the intruder.
Ah! Ugh.
Stephen!
But what of the doctor? She's right outside the TARDIS.
So you'd use physical violence, would you? You don't know what you've let yourself in for. So you've left the key in the door. Well. That's the first big mistake, isn't it? Yes. Very foolish. Very foolish indeed, young man. Well, now, it's brain or brawn, rather, versus brain. I've had you beaten from the start, young man.
Just then, the doctor watches through the jungle as a spaceship lands on a pad in the city.
I wonder if that spaceship has anything to do with that violent young man, or any connection with that city below. Yes, there are one or two questions I must have answered.
The doctor would not be pleased with the real answer to her question. That ship she spied has landed in the city of the Daleks, and in the main control center, a Dalek reports to the newly attained ship to the Dalek Supreme. Control reports Space Vessel 111 in landing circuit.
Is all prepared?
Everything is ready, Dalek Supreme. Back at the TARDIS, the doctor wants answers and enters the TARDIS. Seeing that Stephen has overpowered the intruder, the doctor quickly moves Vion to his special chair.
I don't think you'll be able to get out of there in a hurry, my friend.
What is this?
Oh, it's a little invention of mine. I call it the magnetic chair. It has a force field strong enough to resist a herd of elephants, so I wouldn't waste your energy trying to escape. You will stay there until I direct otherwise. How is he, my dear?
He is sleeping.
Yes. Oh, by the way, I found a city. And just as I was about to ascertain its locale, that young ruffian set about me.
Can you get help for Stephen?
Ooh, yes, I hope so. Just a minute. That young man, did he say anything?
No.
Now that is strange. Yes, I shall have to cross-examine him when I get back. But don't worry, he's quite safe. He, our guest, is quite unable to move until I press that little switch at the back. So you're quite safe, huh? Yes, he's quite harmless. Oh, and quite comfortable, I hope.
The doctor leaves the TARDIS and looks at the stars in the sky.
I wonder, is this a solar system? It's very strange, huh? Very strange indeed.
The doctor then heads towards the city and wanders through its corridors and passageways. Hearing voices, she approaches what is the control room and is shocked by what she sees. Space Vessel 111 touchdown completed!
Excellent. I will await our guest here.
Daleks, I must get back to the TARDIS.
Back at the TARDIS, Vion struggles in the magnetic chair and realizes he's trapped. He sees Stephen, who is still unconscious.
What's the matter with him? I said, what's the matter with him?
He is sick. The doctor says he is poisoned in the blood.
There's some tablets in the pouch of my belt. Give him 2.
But you are an enemy. The doctor has gone to get help.
He won't find any on this planet, believe me. So why not try the tablets? I hate to see anyone die through stupidity.
I do not understand you.
For heaven's sakes, girl, take the tablets and give them to him.
All right.
Now you're showing some sense.
Here?
Yes, it's all right. I won't harm you. This chair of the doctor's seems to be everything he claimed. All right, the tablets are in that tube.
Katerina finds the tube, opens it, and looks at the tablets inside.
Are these tablets?
What do they look like? Take 2, put them in his mouth. They'll dissolve quickly and take effect almost immediately.
He watches as she hesitantly carries out his instructions.
Praise be that you're not nursing me. It's all right. He'll be all right now. You can leave him alone.
You are wrong. The doctor will be angry I have disobeyed her.
If Stephen, or whatever his name is, recovers, you'll be forgiven, and the doctor gets back here soon. No.
What did Vion see outside the open TARDIS doors? And where is the doctor? She is making her way back to the TARDIS. Along the way, she notices a human skeleton on the ground.
Oh dear, so much death on this planet. But you look like you've been here for a while, yes?
In the hands of the skeleton is a small recorder device. This is the body of Mark Corey, and the recorder is his warning message. The doctor picks up the recorder device.
What a curious little device you are, eh? Well, I'll figure you out later.
The doctor pockets the device, little knowing the importance of its content. She continues on.
Ah, there's a Goodness gracious me!
She sees the ship's doors open and watches from the undergrowth as a Dalek emerges from behind the TARDIS.
Inform base security that a further intruder craft has been located.
I obey!
Alert, alert, invaders are to be located and destroyed.
Priority message from the Dalek Supreme. Operation Inferno to be put in execution at once.
Inform all units. Evacuate patrol to safety areas. Confirm with units in position. On confirmation, start abbreviated countdown for Operation Inferno.
Back in Dalek City, the Dalek Supreme is welcoming the mysterious traveler in Space Vessel 111.
Our new ally approaches!
We welcome you as we welcome all allies of the Daleks.
The figure approaches from the landing platform. The solar system would be shocked if they knew the identity of the Daleks' newest ally.
I, Maverick Chen, am honored to be here and to be part of your plan to conquer Earth and all the planets in the solar system.
The Daleks lead Maverick Chen into the city's guest areas. As Maverick Chen takes in the surroundings, a robed and hooded figure approaches him.
Maverick Chen, guardian of the solar system.
Yes?
I am Zephon, master of the fifth galaxy.
Of course. I had hoped to meet you once before, at the Intergalactic Conference of Andromeda.
I did not attend, and now you know the reason. The Daleks held a separate council at the same time. None of the outer galaxies went to yours.
Ah, except Planctus.
We agreed to send a delegate in order that the conference should not become suspicious.
I've been reading the reports on the previous meetings here. The Daleks have evolved a most interesting plan.
We of the outer galaxies have contributed to it also.
Oh, of course. But you must admit the Daleks have a genius for war.
That is so. However, one thing surprises me. That you, guardian of the solar system, have agreed to become one of us.
Why the surprise? As you say, I am guardian of the solar system. But that is nothing more than a part, however influential, of one galaxy. Would you be satisfied with just a part of a galaxy?
The solar system is exceptional. In its power, lies influences far outside its own sphere. Surely, by joining with the forces determined to destroy that power, you mark yourself as a supreme traitor?
Traitor? Ha! An archaic word for so advanced a being as yourself. Considering that the planet Visar and the Emborian and Gress have both, at different times, tried to depose you, do you still maintain that you're the mouthpiece for your own galaxy?
I do. Now that I am all powerful within my position.
True. But then you do not understand the competing powers in our solar system. Now, let us go and take some air. This is hardly the time and place for so serious a discussion.
But first, we must...
Some air.
As the two competitors leave, a spying Dalek emerges from the shadows and returns to the Dalek Supreme.
Report.
Guardian of the solar system, Chen, must be watched. His ambitions exceed his usefulness.
When he has served his purpose, he, like the others, will be eliminated. No power in this universe can stop the Daleks.
Meanwhile, in a part of jungle not far from the TARDIS, a weak but conscious Stephen is being helped along by Katerina.
Where's the doc?
She will be here soon.
I don't understand. Where are we? I can't think straight.
You must rest. The tablets I gave you have made you better, but you must still rest.
Tablets? What's going on here? What are we doing out here in the jungle?
We had to leave the temple, the TARDIS. The evil ones came.
Evil ones?
She called them the Daleks?
Daleks.
The doctor appears from the bushes.
Katerina, Stephen.
Doctor!
What are you both doing here?
The evil ones searched for us, but Brett helped us. He said they were evil.
Yes, well, whoever this Brett is, he is quite right. The Daleks are evil things.
Brett is the man you put in your magic chair.
What? That young ruffian?
But he helped us.
And you released him?
Was I not the right thing to do so? When the evil ones came, he said we had to flee for our lives from your temple.
Girl, my TARDIS, child. My TARDIS. Yes, you were right. I mean, he wasn't to know that you were quite safe from the Daleks in there. How are you, young man?
I'll be right in a minute or two, Doc. Thanks.
Good, good, good.
Brett says the time is 4,000. He came here and only just got away from the evil ones. He gave Stephen some white tablets, and he is almost well again.
I see. Yes. And I helped him in that chair. So he's the very fellow with the antitoxin. Well, young man, you better pull yourself together. We've got some work to do.
Elsewhere, the patrol Daleks have convened not too far from the TARDIS and are ready to put Operation Inferno into action.
Operate pyro flames.
We obey!
Obey!
The Dalek equipped with flamethrowers on their robotic bodies begin to torch the jungle. Meanwhile, the Doctor and Katerina help Stephen make their way through the jungle.
Are you feeling better,
Look, Doc, I think I can manage on my own.
Carefully. Now, just rest for a minute. Take a few deep breaths, Don't you try to run before you can walk, although you might have to.
Just then, Brett Vion catches up to them.
Oh, it's bread, isn't it? Yes, thank you. Tell me, what's happening,
It's the Daleks. They're using flame guns. I think they're going to burn down the jungle.
Oh, good gracious me. We must try to get back to the TARDIS. There is grave danger here.
Oh, Doc, don't you see it's a trap? That's exactly what they want us to do.
Yes, possibly.
Now, we can't act without thinking.
I never do and never shall.
But you're all set to go straight back to the TARDIS.
You said we should never have left it.
Yes, you're quite right, my dear. It's the safest place.
Oh, yes. If the Daleks are waiting outside for us, it would be suicide.
Oh, not necessarily, no.
Who's going to play the scapegoat?
Supposing Stephen were right.
Well, in this instant, child, he might be. But I know the Daleks.
So do I, Doc. Look, I think we should stay right here until we know exactly what they're going to do.
They could track us down at any time.
We'd hear them.
No.
I mean, the mechanoids.
Oh, they were robots.
So?
These are Daleks. Now you listen to me, young man. I am in charge of this situation.
Ma'am, will you shut up?
Not wanting Gantry's sacrifice to go to waste, Vion points his blaster at the doctor and her companions.
At least that stopped you from arguing.
Well, upon my soul.
Now look here, I don't care what happens to you, but I've got to warn Earth.
Yes, and you will have to do far more than that. If the Daleks are doing something drastic, then we have got to stop the Daleks. Now, will you shut up, sir?
Look, we need to learn the Daleks' plan.
We know, young man.
And get the information back to Earth.
Now just listen. Think back for a moment. First, think back. If the Daleks were going to attack Earth, as you seem to fear, then you must tell Earth to look back in the history of the year 2157, and that the Daleks are going to attack again. History will show us how to deal with them.
Who cares about history?
Doc, I can smell smoke.
Yes, look.
In their arguing, the Daleks' fire has caught up to our heroes.
Yes, you're quite right, young man. They're going to trap us.
Doctor, it's like a wall of fire.
Oh, no, not quite. Not quite, my dear. We've got to get out of here. Come on this way. Follow me.
That's the way to the Dalek city.
But of course, that's the last place you'll expect us to go. Come along.
From the Dalek city, Mavic Chen and Zephon continue their conversation outside as they watch the blazing inferno consume the jungle.
The magnificent power of the flame. Primitive, but efficient.
You would have used ultrasonics?
If I had nothing better. The meeting must start soon.
You appear so keen to be a model delegate that one might think you are afraid of the Daleks.
A dangerous statement. Remember where you are.
The solar system is so far behind that it believes the Daleks need to eavesdrop.
Of course not.
The Daleks needed me. Without my help, they would never have received the cooperation of the masters of Salation and Buceus. We are on equal terms.
Really? 3 galaxies for the price of 1.
I do not understand you.
Perhaps I'm the one of those who knows my place. Are you coming in to take your seat?
They will not start the meeting without me. I feel like waiting here.
Mavic Chen departs, leaving Zephon alone. Nearby, out of earshot, 2 Daleks are still spying.
Zephon.
It was expected. His usefulness is over.
The Doctor, Stephen, and Katerina and Vion finally arrive at the edge of the Dalek city. saving themselves from the fiery jungle. As they enter, they pass the landing area home to a number of starships of various design.
Just look at those ships. Beautiful, ain't they?
Look at that.
Vion is concerned at one ship in particular, a squat round craft with 6 pads protruding from its belly. His face is puzzled.
That one in the middle, that's from Earth. That's Mavic Chen's ship.
You know that spaceship?
Yes, I do. It belongs to the Guardian of the Solar System. Why is it here?
Oh, then you'll know how to fly it, hmm?
Of course I do, but...
Well, that's the one to go for, isn't it?
I can't believe it. It doesn't make sense.
Hey, if you know how to use it, why worry?
Look, he's the Guardian. Don't you understand?
Ah, so what? We don't want him. Just his ship.
He's the ultimate head of the solar system. Now, what's he doing here with the Daleks?
Oh, that's what we'll have to find out.
Would you both be quiet, please? We're going to take that spaceship if we've got to warn Earth.
Meanwhile, back in the Dalek meeting room, the galactic delegates are all waiting on Zephon.
Where is Zephon?
He'll be here eventually.
Search for him.
Zephon, master of the 5th galaxy, was still plotting his entrance to the meeting, but that choice would prove poorly, as it gave Brett Vion time to sneak up and knock Zephon out cold with the butt of his blaster. The others quickly join in.
Oh, what is that? I've never seen anything like it. It's hideous.
Well, obvious or not, my boy. It's quite obvious he's one of the representatives,
Good job. We managed to find these vines. Now we can get to the ship.
Oh, no, not yet, not yet. Not until we find out exactly what the Daleks are planning. And this may be our only chance.
I don't understand.
The doctor quickly puts on Zephon's robe and hood.
I am going to that conference.
Doctor, that's crazy.
Oh?
You can't go to their conference.
Why not? If I wear his cloak, why not?
Oh, if they find you, they'll kill you.
Oh, nonsense. You 3 can take over a spaceship and I can join you later.
Are you sure you'll be safe?
Oh, yes. Now, don't you worry, my child. Don't worry.
While putting on the robe, the doctor pulls out Mark Corey's recorder.
I found this. I don't know whether it's relevant or not, but hold on to it safely.
Where did you find it?
Oh, in the jungle. Now, I want you to give me enough time to get to that meeting and find out exactly what's going on. And then I'll head back to Chen's spaceship.
How long will that take?
Well, I must leave that to your own judgment. If, of course, you hear any kind of uproar, then you'll have to get to the spaceship and go off without me.
Doctor, we can't leave you.
Nonsense, nonsense. Earth must be warned about the Daleks and about Chen.
You're a very brave woman.
Rubbish, rubbish, my boy. I'm only doing what needs to be done. Now come and help me into this robe. Be quick about it. Come along.
Not far from this, the Daleks continue their search for Zephon.
Has the representative Zephon passed this way?
He and the Earth creature went to the reception area.
Has he returned?
Only the creature from Earth returned this way.
Zephon must still be there. Come with me. He has to be found.
The Daleks locate the doctor and are fooled by her disguise.
Representative Zephon, the meeting is about to begin. You will follow me.
Saying nothing, the doctor nods and follows the Dalek. Once gone, the doctor's companions emerge.
Doctor certainly has got nerve.
The strange ones will not hurt her?
I hope not. Anyways, she's doing her part. We got to do ours. Let's go wrangle up that ship.
The doctor is led into the conference room by the Dalek. The other delegates are all in position around a semicircular raised platform.
The master of the 5th galaxy has seen fit to join us.
Silence, Trentus. Zephon, take your place.
The doctor has a moment of panic as she does not know where to go, but Mavic Chen sees the moment to tease who he thinks is Zephon.
You seem lost, Representative Zephon. Here's your place, next to me.
This seventh meeting is now in session. Representatives, I have important news. The time destructor is now completed. It only requires the core to be fitted. Woo! Mavic Chen, guardian of the solar system, will address the meeting.
As your most recent ally, and the newest member to stand in this great Universal Council, I am delighted to be able to make so significant a contribution to our conquest of the universe. I now present you with the core of the Time Destructor.
He holds up a small metallic object, cylindrical in shape.
A full M of terranium, the rarest mineral in the universe. It's taken 50 Earth years to acquire even this amount.
If it has taken so long for the solar system to acquire it, why was it that none of us in the outer galaxies asked to provide it?
As the Daleks know, terranium can only be found on one of the dead planets of the solar system. Without this, the Time Destructor is useless. All the plans made here could not succeed. I, Mavic Chen, give you the core of the Time Destructor.
Meanwhile, Vion, Stephen, and Katerina enter Mavic Chen's spaceship. The airlock leads to a large circular control room with computer banks and controls all around the walls. Several technicians are inside. Vion's blaster soon gets their attention.
I'm taking over this spaceship. Over there, now. Stephen, tie them up.
The men will not be found?
No, not unless them Daleks patrol the landing area.
That's the one place they won't be patrolling.
Let's hope not. Otherwise, it's the end of the dock.
She must come. She must.
Elsewhere, Zephon is waking up from the attack. Realizing what's happened, he quickly pulls an alarm cord, and a loud, blaring alarm is heard throughout the city. The Daleks react immediately.
Locate intruders! Locate intruders!
What's happening?
Check the last position!
Report, alarm, report.
While everyone's attention is distracted, the doctor runs to Mavic Chen, grabs the terranium core from his hands, and runs out of the conference chamber.
It's Zephon! That's him! Stop the creature! Stop the creature!
The Dalek patrols quickly pursue who they think is Zephon. Back at Mavic Chen's ship, now under Vion's control, they hear the alarm.
We've got to go.
We can't leave the dock.
Oh, great one, do not leave us. Do not let the strange beings catch.
She's been caught. We need to leave.
No.
Stephen sees Vion starting the controls and lunges for him. The two begin to wrestle. Vion breaks free and returns to the controls.
Stop! Without her, we cannot reach the place of perfection.
We won't. We're going without her.
As Vion begins the countdown sequence, Stephen realizes there's nothing he can do now. Suddenly, Stephen sees a light blinking on the hatch panel.
That light!
It's the outer door. It's not fully shut. Quick, or we'll all be sucked out.
Stephen reluctantly heads to shut the door fully when suddenly...
Hey, hold the countdown! It's the dock!
Through the clear panel of the control room door, Vion can see the doctor in the airlock doorway. The hatch to the outside slides shut, and Stephen pulls the doctor to safety.
Get us off, Brett! Get us off! Get us off! Take off, man!
Stand by, everyone. Take off.
They all desperately grab hold of anything close as the rocket rises swiftly into the air, leaving the planet of Kemble, the city of the Daleks, and the TARDIS far below. As equilibrium returns, the doctor eyes Vion with austere reproof.
That was a rather violent acceleration, young man.
Bion's expressionless face twists into a wry smile as a rocket ship blasts into space. For a moment, they're safe, but the Daleks are not finished. Back in the Dalek control room, the Black Dalek joins the Watchers around the main monitor. Outside, the aliens are being shepherded back to the conference. The communications Dalek is watching the scanners and the communicators.
Altitude 5 sections. Speed 3,000.
Vessel attained gravitational escape velocity.
Put in automatic tracker.
All is ready for their space extinction.
Do not destroy. Do not destroy. That vessel must not be destroyed.
Trackers operating.
Prepare neutronic randomizer.
Stand by randomizer.
The intruders must be caught alive.
Through the observation window of Chen's hijacked ship, the Doctor watches Kemble grow smaller and smaller.
Well done, Brett. Well done. You got us off very well.
Thanks. I thought you weren't going to make it.
Of course I was. You're far too pessimistic. Now, where's that little box of mine?
This one?
Yes, splendid, splendid. The Daleks' plans are utterly useless without this.
The Doctor holds up the Terranian core for all to see.
Oh, what did you find out at that council meeting?
They've allied themselves with the rulers of the outer galaxies to take over the universe.
Universe?
Yes, that's their first objective being Earth, and then the solar system.
Well, then we got to warn the Earth, and very fast.
What about Mavic Chen?
Oh, he's one of them, my friend. By sacrificing the solar system, he hopes to gain more power.
Impossible. He can't be. He just...
I'm truly sorry, but it doesn't change facts. He isn't who he says he is. Therefore, we must get to Earth before him.
But how can we return to Earth? We've already left it.
Yes, I know, my dear, but this is not Earth as we've seen it. Effectively, it's something very different.
Bion, not knowing that they're time travelers, pulls Stephen aside.
What's the matter with this girl? I mean, where is she from?
It's all right. She helped us in Troy. She doesn't really understand.
Troy?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen turns to the Doctor.
Well, come on, Doc. What's so special about that box?
Well, as I said before, my boy, the Daleks' plans are utterly useless without this.
Oh, then we've won.
Stephen picks up the core and is about to open it when the Doctor stops him.
Tut, tut, tut. Don't open it, please.
Why not?
It will burn your eyes. You'll go totally blind. That is a full M of terranium.
What?
Terranium.
That can only be found on the planet Uranus. A full measure would take years to mine.
50 years to be precise. And Mavic Chen has given this to the Daleks to complete one of the most evil weapons ever devised. Their time destructor.
Back at the Dalek city, Stefan stands before the Black Dalek. Mavic Chen is also present.
Representative Zephon, you deny that your negligence caused the loss of the Terranium core?
Had the Daleks made full security arrangements, the invaders would not have reached the city.
Had the master of the fifth galaxy been less arrogant, she would have gone with me to the meeting. Instead, he preferred to keep us all waiting.
I believe the intruders came from the solar system.
Did you see them?
No.
Did they speak and tell you so?
No.
Then your accusation is preposterous.
How is it that the intruders knew that the Terranium was here and that it was to be handed over if they did not come from the solar system? None of the others knew what Representative Mavic Chen was bringing here.
Mavic Chen, have you nothing to say?
This is absurd. Why should I arrange that 50 years be spent secretly mining to acquire this mineral, only to have it stolen?
The quest for power. Perhaps you wanted to use the core for yourself.
How? Only the Daleks know how to assemble the time destructor. I only provided the vital ingredient of the core.
I didn't know about the core. How could I?
You knew about the intruders.
We all did. You were going to deal with them, or so you said.
Silence! It is agreed you are guilty of negligence.
If I go, the masters of Salation and Busaeus go with me.
You threaten our unity.
I have nothing to say. I will leave now.
Zephon starts to walk away from the room, but he is stopped by the Daleks closing in from each side of the doorway. Quietly, Navik Chen rises and hurries down the hall. Zephon trembles violently as she looks around for his escape route.
Exterminate.
Caught in the crossfire at close range, Zephon crumples to the floor. The other Daleks ignore the lifeless body and head for the control room.
Where is the ship?
Course 707. It is approaching the influence of the planet Desperas.
Prepare pursuit ships. Stand by, randomizer.
Having found special guards for their eyes, the Doctor, Stephen, Katerina, and Vion are looking at the terranium. A brilliant white flare shimmers around the mineral inside the open container. Katerina hides from it.
That is terranium.
Yes, the rarest mineral in the universe.
Funny. It makes your eyes feel strange, even with these protectors on. It's like looking into the sun for too long.
They all remove their protection glasses and rub their eyes.
Oh, don't complain, young man. You're a very privileged person. Do you realize very few people have seen this in the universe?
All right, Doc. But now that we got it, what are we going to do with it?
Well, for the moment, nothing.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, you yourself said the Daleks have the most dangerous weapon ever devised.
We have the terranium. So for the moment, we do nothing. And by nothing, we do everything. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, come off it, Doc. What's all that supposed to mean?
Oh, my dear young man, you ask so many questions. Look at Katerina over there. She doesn't ask questions. She just looks and learns. Now, why don't you try the same thing, You know, I find all this extremely fascinating. It's a little primitive, of course, but it's still very fascinating.
All right, look, Doc, I'm sorry. But can't we do anything?
Yes, Brett, can you find me something to play that magnetic tape,
Yes, Doctor. Here.
Well, my dear fellow, that's magnificent. It's all so convenient, isn't it? I'll play that tape that I gave you before I went to the Daleks conference.
What's that tape?
Oh, I found a small tape beside a skeleton, and it might be able to tell us something.
The Doctor notices Katerina, who is still hiding from the terranium.
Katerina, come over here, my child. Now have another look at another wonder.
Everything is so strange. This isn't like your TARDIS.
No, my dear, no.
Oh, but Doc, I mean, the Daleks aren't going to leave a tape around with their plans on it.
No. Brett here was searching for someone, and the skeleton I found was humanoid. Well, whoever it was may have learned something that we haven't.
Mark Corey, you found him. Well, Kurt and I searched that jungle, but we could find no trace.
Well, did you search that pairing twice?
How do you mean?
Well, it so happens that kind of jungle is apt to lead you back to the same place more than once.
Yes, but we were methodical. or as methodical as the Daleks.
Oh, yes, no doubt you were. And I suppose I was lucky. And now play the tape. Come along and stop all this talking.
The tape begins to play, and Mark Corey's long-dead voice comes from the speaker.
This is Mark Corey, Special Security Agent, reporting from the planet Kimball. The Daleks are planning the complete destruction of the galaxy. Together with the powers of the outer galaxies, a war force is being assembled and...
That's it?
Appears so.
Poor Mark, he never got through.
But we must. The Daleks will stop at anything to prevent us.
How right you are, Doctor, but little do you know that you are being tracked right now from the Dalek control room.
Ship now at closest point to planet Desperus.
Operate randomizer.
Back on the ship, a strange buzzing noise starts up, but nobody on board notices it.
Yes, you must find someone you can trust. Someone in a high enough position that may be able to help.
Well, Carlton is the man in charge of all space security, but he's very close to Chen.
Yeah, this guy Carlton, he may be part of it playing with the Daleks.
It's possible.
By now, the buzzing sound is ringing from the control banks, and all four look in surprise at the panels. Brett, with an oath, rushes to the console, and Katerina holds on to the Doctor in fright.
We're changing course.
The steering boosters won't fire. I can't get her around.
With the manual control.
Stephen works with Vion, both men's fingers flying over the console buttons.
I can't. We're picking up speed.
You know, I believe we're approaching the gravitational point of that planet.
The Doctor points at the screen. Vion casts a glance at the rapidly narrowing gap between them and the planet showing on the scanner.
Desperus.
Has it any kind of atmosphere?
Yes, but we can't get liftoff there. We'll never be able to lift off again.
Why not? What's wrong with it?
Desperus is the penal planet for the solar system.
Well, if it's one of your prison planets, surely there are guards and warders there to help us.
There aren't any. The only craft which stops there are prison ships bringing other criminals. If we crash there, we'll be left there to rot for the rest of our lives.
We must try to land softly somewhere.
I can't. This vessel is out of my control.
They all look at the planet on the scanner, which is growing larger and larger. In the Dalek control room, the Daleks monitor their victory.
Space vessels, instruments now randomized.
On course for planet Desperus. Impact in 0.6. Remote control standing by.
Cut in remote control.
Now under Dalek control.
Reduce descent velocity. Vessel must make soft landing.
I obey.
Pursuit ships are to stand by.
Namek Chen has been watching from the doorway. He approaches the Black Dalek.
A highly effective operation. May I congratulate you?
Dalek technology is the most advanced in the universe.
You still haven't recovered the Terranium.
We will. It is strange that the intruders took your space vessel. Perhaps they were indeed creatures from Earth.
My ship was the last to arrive here, so consequently was in the best position to leave quickly. But, to set your mind at rest, I will return to Earth now, and if I find that the intruders do come from there, they will be dealt with, quickly and without arousing any suspicion.
Very well. A vessel similar to your own craft will be put at your disposal.
I will return here as soon as all final preparations for the takeover are completed.
All will be in readiness.
Good. We don't want any more mistakes.
Namek Chen stalks from the room with an arrogant smile on his face. Back on the ship, the Doctor joins Vion as the space agent looks over the controls in puzzlement.
Right now?
We're going to be able to make a soft landing. I don't understand it.
Yes, I'm afraid I do. Only too well.
Daleks? Or some sort of remote control, I suppose. We all better prepare for landing.
You're quite right, my boy.
If it's the Daleks, it can only mean one thing.
Yes. It means they're coming after us again.
Let us venture ahead to the prison planet Desperus. Its broken surface is covered with rocks and dense forests of stunted trees, which are filled with bat-like creatures known as screamers. The convicts' survival depends on them being able to band into tribes. One such tribe lives in the cage, Garge, who watches the sleeping forms of his tribesmen, including Bors, the leader of the tribe. He is the only one with a knife. Also here is Kirkson. Garge stretches out his claw-like fingers for the knife, but Bors leaps at his throat with one violent movement and throws Garge on his back. With Bors' weight holding him down, Garge screams in fright, waking Kirkson. Kirkson crouches down, ready to spring.
You fool! It's mine again, and they stay where you are.
The soft life you lead. I'll be able to beat you one day.
Out on guard.
Why is it always me?
I'm the leader. I have the knife. Do you want to argue about it?
Garge leads the cave to guard. Bors rolls down onto his bedding and replaces the knife. Silence falls, and gradually the small fire dies down. Kirkson raises his head and he silently repeats Garge's attempted theft, only to be caught as well.
And you can build up the fire. Kirkson, like the knife, would ya? Then you'd be leader. You could tell Garge what to do, like I do. You can tell me what to do.
Yeah, I'll get it next time.
Who knows? Perhaps you will. Now get out and get the fuel.
Why don't you send one of them?
Get it!
Yeah.
Suddenly, the sound of a spaceship reverberates in the small cave. Kirkson turns a worried face to Bors.
I can hear it. Now get out. There's a new lot come here to take over our place.
Just then, Garge returns.
That's not a prison ship. It's strange. I haven't seen one like it before.
Where's it landing?
Swamp by the look of things.
It's a strange ship. You know, we can kill the crew and take over.
Possibly.
Oh, we can use it to get away.
It may be a crash landing.
Then you can kill the crew with your knife.
Shut up. We'd better get over there right away. Others will have seen it too. Now on your way.
Bors gives Kirkson and Garge a shove. He snatches up some branches and lights them for the fire. Garge does the same. They all run down the hill into the darkness. Kirkson follows.
Well, hey, what about me? If you leave it in this filthy planet, so am I.
The ship came to a landing. Inside, Katerina stands in the airlock doorway, gazing at the dark landscape. She sees 3 bright lights moving towards the ship. Meanwhile, the doctor is supervising Bion as they check for damage.
Now, you sure you've got spare parts for this,
Certain. It's safety regulations.
It's the worst of these out-of-date and primitive spaceships. One little bump and they all fall to bits.
Doctor, what are you talking about? This is a spar, the most technologically perfect craft in the history of space travel.
Oh, yes, quite so. That's why we're stranded on this pimp of a planet, whilst you fool with the fuse box.
Oh, come on, Doc. TARDIS isn't exactly perfect, is it? I mean, you can't even control where we're going.
Now you listen to me, young man. Don't you start to criticize my TARDIS. And as for space travel, you're still wet behind the ears. Oh, do get on with it, both of you.
The doctor storms off to join Katerina.
What's the matter with Grandma?
Oh, it's nothing. We all have our obsessions, don't we? Now, come on. You think we're going to have enough to drive for us to lift off here and get us back to Earth?
We've got to. Now, as the doctor said, let's get on with it.
Over at the airlock door, Katerina shivers with cold. The doctor enters.
What are you doing out here, child? I thought I told you to keep these doors closed.
There are lights out there.
Good gracious, so there are. 2, oh, no, 3. Yes, we must get on with repairs to the ship and get away from here. Yes, those men will be vicious out there. We're liable to come under attack. That's marshy ground. Very interesting. Very interesting. Interesting.
The doctor and Katerina re-enter the ship. Back on Kemble, the Daleks are still monitoring the grounded ship on Despris.
The exact location of the ship has been calculated.
Inform the pursuit fleet.
I obey.
Pursuit Fleet Commander calling control. We land on Despris at 100.
When the terranium is recovered, the fugitives are to be exterminated. Is that understood?
I obey.
Back on Despris, Bors, Kirkson, and Guard soon arrive at the crash site. Nothing moves in the pool of light cast by the red lights in the open hatchway.
Oh, hey, we were here first. Let's go and get it.
Keep quiet. This part of the swamp is tricky. We must put out the torches.
What about the screamers?
Shut up and put out that light. They're only bats.
Bats with those wings and they're that big. I'm going back.
Follow us or go back to the cave.
The three convicts continued towards the ship while being alert for screamers. Katerina spots the prisoners and calls out to the doctor, who is doing repairs.
Doctor!
In the control room, Brett and Stephen hold a complex piece of circuitry.
Look, hold that thing steady, and I think I can get this fixed.
Good.
Come on, Doctor.
Thank you, my dear.
She helps the doctor climb up and then replace the cover. The doctor strides across to Vion.
Where's your cactic power, or rather outlet?
What?
Cactic outlet?
It's there.
Where?
Under there.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you.
The doctor opens the panel and calls Katerina.
Come here, my dear. No, round this way, child.
The doctor unravels a large coil of covered wire, fixes one end to a plug, and carries the coil towards the hatch. As Katerina runs to help, she points to a switch.
Now, do you see that switch? I'll tell you when to pull it.
What are you doing?
Oh, don't ask questions, my dear girl. Otherwise, you'll become like the other two. Just do as you're told.
Katerina crosses to the control panel and waits. The doctor carefully unrolls the coil and lays the wire over the bottom step of the automatic ladder. She hurries back up to the stairs, grinning.
Now then, that should repel any boarders.
Outside, Bors and Garge climb the short bank and part the long, rank grass to look at the ship.
It's there. We're nearly there.
How many do you think are on board?
How should I know? Difficult to say with a ship of that size.
At least we got surprise on our side. Pity we lost Kirkson.
Yeah, fool's probably gone back to the cave. Frightened by the screamers. Better just the two of us.
We've a swamp now.
Shh, but go carefully.
The doctor and Katerina flatten themselves against the bulkhead in the airlock, looking out into the shadows.
There, Doctor. Something moved.
Yes, I think you're right, my dear. Now you go in and stand by that switch and wait until I give you an order.
Bors and Garge creep up to the steps.
Now!
As Katerina pulls the switch, the ladder is electrified and a loud humming buzzes through the ship. Bors and Garge are flung from the step and fall to the ground. Their ragged bodies lie still in the red glow. Stephen and Vion come over.
Hey, what's going on?
What do you think you're playing at?
Oh, you two go back in there and get on with your repairs. Katerina and I are trying to repel any type of boarders.
But cactic power isn't strong enough to kill anyone.
But of course not. But it will knock them unconscious. Now, just you remember, young man, I have no desire to kill anyone. Now go in there and get on with those repairs. I want to leave this place quickly. Hurry up, please.
Stephen and Vion turn on their heels and march off back to work. The doctor comes back to Katerina.
Wasting my time. Well, I think that should do the trick, my dear. Come along, let's get this cable back.
Together, they roll up the coil and put it away.
There we are.
You show me so many strange mysteries. With you, I know I'm safe.
I hope so, my dear. I hope so.
A tremendous roar of rockets sounds over Despris. The doctor darts to the scanner.
It's the Dalek spaceship. It's bound to land. Hurry up.
We're moving as fast as we can.
Lift off! Lift off! Lift off!
That's it, Brett.
Stephen rushes into the co-pilot seat next to Vion, who starts flicking switches as lights spring up from the monitors.
All right. Stand by, everyone. As this takeoff is now on manual, it may not be quite so smooth.
Figures for takeoff race across the screens. Vion shuts the internal door leading to the airlock. A light still glows on his panel.
Doctor, did you close the outer door?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not used to this kind of craft.
It's all right. It doesn't matter.
The newly repaired guidance system lights up on cue, and all four smile in relief. Power builds up in the ship as the craft slowly takes off. The doctor's watching the scanner.
Look! The Dalek ship made a bad landing. Oh, that'll give us the time we need.
We made it.
Next stop, Earth.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, young man. Now, we've got some thinking to do, Katerina. Katerina, check up on that door and see that it's secure.
You realize...
Kirkson had burst through the internal door. He sees Katerina with one hand, pulls her around in front of her like a shield. On the other hand, she is brandishing Bohr's knife. Can the doctor save Katerina? Will they make it to Earth before Mavic Chen? Have the Daleks finally won? Find out in the next exciting episode of Doctor Who.